Look at this ugly, cracked piece of rotten tree trunk covered in dried bark and insect holes. Most people would throw this discarded piece of wood straight into a campfire pit without thinking twice. But under the hands of a skilled craftsman, this distorted slab transforms into a breathtaking luxury river table with a crystal clear mirror finish. You pour glowing liquid resin between natural wooden edges, locking frozen natural beauty inside solid glass forever. High-end luxury interior designers routinely pay $3,000 to $10,000 for bespoke epoxy river tables. Why are consumers eager to spend small fortunes on handcrafted wood and resin furniture? Because each piece is a one-of-a-kind sculptural masterpiece that seamlessly fuses raw nature with modern geometric elegance. Welcome to the mesmerizing, highly lucrative physical world of epoxy resin crafting and live edge wood joinery. The captivating craft of epoxy river tables rests on the perfect marriage between organic timber and chemical synthesis. You do not use flat, mass-produced factory boards from big box hardware stores. Instead, you hunt for live edge wood slabs featuring dramatic grain swirls, natural bark contours, and deep void cracks. Walnuts, maples, and olives feature rich internal colors and chaotic natural edges that create stunning contrast against colored liquid resin. Placing two live edge slabs opposite each other inside a custom mold creates a natural winding river channel through the center. You control the physical narrative of your furniture, turning raw, natural imperfections into stunning artistic focal points. Handling raw, fragrant wood slabs connects your hands directly to centuries of forest growth. Your practical journey into this high-margin craft begins with thorough slab preparation and moisture testing. You cannot pour liquid epoxy resin over wet wood containing high internal moisture levels. If your wood slab holds more than 10% moisture, the chemical reaction generates trapped cloudiness and severe warping down the road. You verify wood dry levels using a digital pinless moisture meter pushed firmly across the wooden grain. Using a wire brush attachment on an angle grinder, you strip away loose bark, dirt, and soft rotten fibers down to solid timber. Sealing raw wooden edges with a thin coat of fast-curing epoxy seals the wood pores completely. Sealing prevents microscopic air bubbles from escaping into your main resin pour later. Once your wooden slabs are cleaned and sealed, you build a watertight temporary pouring mold. You construct the mold base and sidewalls using smooth melamine boards cut to your precise table dimensions. To prevent curing epoxy resin from bonding permanently to your mold walls, you line every interior surface with specialized polyethylene tape. You seal every outer corner seam generously using silicone caulk to prevent expensive liquid resin leaks on your workshop floor. Placing your prepped wooden slabs inside the mold setup, you clamp them firmly down using heavy wooden crossbars. Clamping prevents light wooden slabs from floating upward when you pour thousands of cubic inches of heavy liquid resin. Now comes the magical scientific process of liquid resin mixing and metallic pigment coloring. You select a specialized deep pour epoxy resin formulated to cure slowly over 72 hours without overheating. Deep pour formulas allow you to pour thick layers up to 2 inches in a single continuous session without cracking. You combine Part A resin and Part B hardener in exact 2-to-1 liquid volume ratios inside a clean mixing bucket. You stir the liquid mixture slowly for 5 solid minutes, scraping the bucket sides and bottom continuously. Adding a tiny scoop of pearlescent blue mica powder transforms clear liquid into a shimmering, swirling ocean river. Watching metallic pigment swirls dance inside clear liquid resin delivers pure visual magic. With your liquid epoxy thoroughly mixed and colored, you execute the slow, satisfying main resin pour. You pour the shimmering blue liquid steadily into the center of your wooden river channel setup. The heavy liquid flows smoothly into every microscopic crack, knothole, and natural wooden void along the live edge. As the resin fills the channel, you use a small butane torch or heat gun passed quickly across the surface. Gentle surface heat pops thousands of tiny trapped air bubbles instantly, leaving a crystal clear liquid glass surface. Watching clouds of bubbles pop, revealing a flawless glossy river channel, is deeply satisfying to watch. You cover your mold with a clean dust shield and let the resin cure undisturbed for 3 days. After waiting 3 full days for the deep pour epoxy resin to cure into solid glass, demolding begins. You remove the silicone-sealed melamine sidewalls using a rubber mallet and flat pry bars. The polyethylene tuck tape releases smoothly, revealing a heavy, solid composite slab of wood and crystal clear resin. At this raw stage, the top surface looks uneven, dull, and covered in minor resin overfills. You flatten the entire composite slab using a heavy-duty woodworking router mounted on a custom aluminum leveling sled. Moving the spinning router bit back and forth across the table surface removes excess height and levels the wood and resin flush. Watching rough, uneven resin layers transform into a perfectly flat plane generates immense tactile satisfaction. Once your river table surface is perfectly flat, you enter the grueling yet transformative phase of sequential sanding. Sanding epoxy resin to achieve a flawless mirror polish requires absolute patience and methodical discipline. You begin with aggressive 80 grit sanding discs on a random orbital sander to remove router bit marks. You clean the surface thoroughly between every single sanding stage to remove loose grit particles that cause scratches. You progress systematically through 120, 240, 400, and 800 grit levels. As you move into fine water sanding at 2000 grit, the scratched, dull surface begins to regain its deep visual clarity. The wood grain underneath shines bright while the blue resin river reveals its mesmerizing metallic depth. The ultimate visual magic happens during the final compounding and polishing stage. You apply a generous dollop of heavy-cut polishing compound onto a high-speed rotary buffing wheel. As you move the spinning wool pad across the smooth epoxy river channel, friction heat transforms the dull matte surface. Scratches vanish completely, replaced by an ultra-glossy glass-like reflection that bounces ambient workshop light across the room. You can literally see your clear reflection in the polished resin river like looking into a calm mountain lake. Touching the seamless, buttery smooth transition between warm natural walnut wood and cold glassy resin delivers incredible sensory pleasure. Your hard labor pays off as a raw slab becomes a museum-worthy art piece. To protect both the natural wood fibers and the polished resin river, you apply a high-end hard wax oil finish. Natural wood requires protection from liquid spills, ultraviolet sunlight, and daily physical wear. You pour a small amount of clear matte or satin hard wax oil directly onto the freshly sanded timber surface. Using a white buffing pad, you rub the oil deep into the open wooden pores using circular motions. The dry, dull wood instantly awakens, bursting into deep golden hues and rich grain contrast. Hard wax oil seals the timber internally while leaving a natural, silky smooth tactile feel that never feels like fake plastic coating. Your custom river table is now fully protected against liquid stains in everyday household use. Beyond massive dining tables and conference desks, mastering epoxy resin casting allows you to build smaller, high-margin home accents. You can craft stunning live-edge charcuterie boards, serving trays, wall clocks, and coaster sets using smaller timber offcuts. Crafting smaller epoxy accents allows you to reuse every single piece of discarded wood left over from large furniture builds. Small resin serving boards require far less liquid material and cure rapidly, allowing for high-volume production output. Selling matching coaster sets alongside major river table commissions provides clients with cohesive interior design elements. Every scrap of raw timber in your workshop turns into a valuable, highly marketable physical product. Working with epoxy resin and natural timber also serves as a deeply grounding physical escape from modern digital screen fatigue. Your mind disengages from stressful virtual work as you focus entirely on physical material transformations. You listen to the quiet hum of your orbital sander, smell fragrant sawdust, and handle smooth liquid compounds. The immense physical effort required to plane, sand, and polish a massive wood slab builds deep focus and manual skill. Finishing a 3-week furniture build leaves you holding a permanent physical object built with your own 2 hands. You experience the undeniable pride of creating a timeless luxury masterpiece that will last for generations. The absolute best part about epoxy resin and wood river tables is that this hobby provides unmatched potential for viral video content and luxury commercial sales. Resin pouring and table polishing videos generate hundreds of millions of views across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram Reels. Global audiences are completely hypnotized by the soothing, satisfying visual transformation of liquid resin filling wooden voids and dull surfaces polishing into glass. You can build a massive, passionate global following without ever speaking on camera or showing your face. Simply set up bright studio lights above your pouring mold, capture long time lapses of resin curing, and upload your high-definition process videos. From a financial perspective, custom wood and epoxy furniture represents one of the highest margin woodworking niches in the global design market. The raw material cost to build a luxury live-edge coffee table using walnut slabs and deep-pour resin is often under $400. Yet that same polished, hand-finished river table easily commands prices between $2,000 and $5,000 on custom order markets. High-end dining tables and corporate conference tables frequently sell for $10,000 and above to private collectors and luxury interior designers. Consumers eagerly pay top-tier prices for one-of-a-kind art pieces that serve as stunning interior centerpieces. Turning your workshop passion into a bespoke furniture studio allows your creative work to generate life-changing income. You can market your luxury furniture brand directly to wealthy homeowners, interior design firms, and high-end commercial spaces. Upscale restaurants, boutique hotel lobbies, and tech company headquarters are constantly seeking custom live-edge tables to elevate their interior aesthetic. You can launch a sleek online portfolio website or showcase your finished furniture collections through targeted video posts on Instagram and Pinterest. Offering custom bespoke options allows clients to select their preferred wood species, resin colors, and steel leg designs. Building a reputation for flawless resin clarity and precision wood joinery establishes your studio as a premier luxury brand. Your workshop hobby evolves into a highly respected, profitable furniture studio. Starting your journey into epoxy resin crafting today requires basic safety equipment, simple woodworking tools, and a focused passion for quality. You do not need a massive commercial factory or expensive industrial machinery to begin crafting custom river tables. You can start small by building charcuterie boards and coaster sets using basic molds, sanders, and liquid resin kits for under $100. Clear out a well-ventilated space in your garage or home workshop setup this weekend. Build your very first melamine mold, mix your metallic pigments, and pour shimmering liquid resin over raw timber. The next time you see mass-produced, cheap particle board furniture that peels and breaks after a few months, choose a better path. Reclaim the beauty of authentic physical materials, natural timber grain, and crystal-clear resin art. Transform ugly discarded wood slabs into breathtaking mirror-finish river tables that command attention in any living room. Master the magical craft of liquid resin casting, share your satisfying transformation videos with the world, and launch your journey as a luxury epoxy artisan today.